Yeah, the buggy is one thing, but you know you're going to get gunned down. I think this is the end for IG.
Rafa going down to hide behind. Actually has Easy now as a buffer between him and Yangon Galacticos and could survive for just a bit longer.
Fireflux also in front of Yangon Galacticos. I feel like they have had to fight tooth and nail at every point on their rotation. But honestly, not a bad thing. They haven't been wiped yet. They're also on the bubble. This is great for them. If they can pull off team wipe after team wipe, those are valuable points to continue their way up in the top 8. But I am a little bit worried where Adrian is currently at. Now he's got a great line of sight on the Yangon Galacticos, who's going to be just ahead of him. Meanwhile, Benny also up ahead. I can't wait to see what he's going to be able to do as a solo. But for Vision, desperately trying to get it off angle, maybe a knock onto Kinotrope. They want that high ground. They want that location because they understand how important it's going to be.
Kinotrope again just been decimating these teams around them. Unfortunately, they haven't earned too many points for it. So this is the question that you have to ask towards Kinotrope. What sort of value can they extract from this location? Because they have been nigh on unassailable in this spot for so long. But with 25 minutes on the clock, those remaining player counts are going to start to drop.
Yeah, I think they're going to about to pick up at least 4 or 5, depending on what Marcelo does from Team Vision. They've been slowly making their way up. That drop on Tamra is going to hurt, however. And you mentioned the value. I thought they were going to pick up plenty of elims, but now they're getting picked apart. And you also have E-Arena, who might choose to dip their toe in this fight as well for the third party. But you also got Yangon Galacticos desperately trying to move forward, and Team Vision focused fully on them. Where's the buggy going, though? That was a bit of a risky play. Yangon Galactica have been mowing players out of buggies, out of vehicles, but luckily reposition ends up paying off.
They are going to keep things together. I feel like Team Vision have been playing this one really well. They held that push from behind against AXTMG. They open up with a pick towards Kinotrope, which does take them out of the power play quite a little bit. Finally, Binny does go down. He did do a lot of damage, though, during that match. Ladder's up to 7th place, and a credit to him. Credit to his team as well. This is the last player from Intense Game who's managed to sneak their way in. It's on to Team Vision, really, to make a move here, and onto Yangon Galacticos as well. But they're staring each other down across this valley.
Yangon Galacticos are pinned up. I don't foresee them getting out of this spot. Whether it's the last remaining member of IG with Adrian, maybe Fireflux off to the left. You got Vision firing shots onto him. Kinotrope are also throwing their hat in the ring. It would be a miracle if Smile and Renat can move up, but that's going to be a great knock, but it's only going to do at least so much. As remaining members should be finished. Great for Plur, but Plur falls. And Vision, where do they go? Do they want to continue to pin Yangon Galacticos or move up? Well, they're moving up. They want to capitalize off the knock and the full finish.
They can do both as well if they could do that fast enough, which they do. They're able to find that. Adrian down the hill. They know that Yangon Galacticos are very unlikely to poke their heads in now. With just one player remaining, it's too much of a risk. The nade downhill, he hops in the buggy, but it's actually the backlines there coming on through. No, hang on a minute. It was the spray down onto the player hopping in there, and they will find the last player. Fireflux flexing out. It feels like this should be another Fireflux win as they start to extend their control from the eastern side. E-Arena trying to push up from Quarry, but you could see what Scarface could do to them. There is very few worlds in which they successfully make their way up to the top of this.
Oh, but that nade hurt a little bit. I don't know, maybe a couple more of those. You take Scarface out, that opens up the door to continue your progression up the hill. But I don't think so. Madcap also looking down. Fireflux, it's such a great spot, but I mean, let's not kid ourselves. This area is so highly contested, and Nawaf, he's pushing up along with Alone, and this is going to be a great angle onto the Fireflux team as they start to take damage. You still got Joker also from E-Arena pushing up. This is going to be a mad dash for control on the top of the hill, and you got 3 rosters all butting heads.
Kinotrope are starting to fade here now. Last player for them to stand. Vision's playing on us 2. E-Arena is 3 who have been trying to fight their way in here. Scarface gets rezzed for Fireflux. That is going to be really important. However, in order to get that res, they've had to move Solus all the way to the back of their hold. They've lost a bit of pressure, and teams from the western side can start to move. And that's what's given E-Arena this momentum, this ability to get as close as they have. Mormon now with an opportunity, maybe to mantle here, but he pops that Molotov up on high, and they aren't quite going to find it just yet. In the meantime, Yangon Galacticos lose their last.
Oh, they see him. I think they're wanting to go for the challenge onto Mormon. They don't want to overexpose themselves. You got to find a fine balance here. Too aggressive in terms of recklessness. But if you do it just right, you could dismantle a roster Vision onto Kinotrope. You mentioned the solo, and Kinotrope ends up falling. And now things start to get serious.
It is all up to if Fireflux can hold the hill on the top here, with Soulless going down again to that nade. E-Arena are starting to put more pressure on, and it's going to be Madcap to fall next for Fireflux. Never Alone tries to go for the low road and catches him out on it. Looks for the shot, but Nawaf with a 1-2 punch up on high. As Soulless gets flushed, it's a pincer maneuver onto Fireflux, and there, left down to 2. Catch now down, and E-Arena may have just been able to mount the impossible assault towards the top of the ridgeline on Quarry.
But we've seen solos provide a dominating effort for Scarface. One player down low, he's been spotted, however, so the cat's going to be out of the bag, at least from Vision's perspective. Now the question is, does Mormon Joker, Sakura from E-Arena know where Scarface is currently at? It should very well be a dominating win from E-Arena where they currently are, but Scarface can dismantle this push, can dismantle the hopes and dreams of E-Arena from taking the victory, and the shots are fired and Mormon is down.
Scarface catches the backline for E-Arena, and he's looking for more. He's looking healthy. He got a helmet refresh there, a fresh level 2 over onto Scarface. He knows Never Alone's down the hill, and he jumps straight into Vision. Now in a 2 versus 2 though, Vision can do a little bit more. They've got a little bit more firepower here. Nawaf on the face. Oh, he turns his attention away just at the wrong time, but a nade from the sidelines keeps him alive.
That's it. Team Vision desperately trying to fight, and they do get a knock. This could be a takeover attempt from Team Vision. Sakura firing shots, but it's not enough. Is Vision pulling it off? Can they do it? Or will Sakura lock it in for the back-to-back for Arena to start the day? And it will be Arena back-to-back victories on the day. They look as if they are poised to go to Grand Finals, and they won it.
Last time around, they went out a little bit quietly towards the end for the chicken dinner. This time, it was bombastic from E-Arena. They held their nerve. They moved up those tiered positions on Quarry. It is so uncommon to see a team win from inside the Quarry. Fireflux dropped the ball in a big way from that eastern side. It felt like Kinotrope as well could have done a lot more in that situation.